suu.edu/career center. That's suu.edu/career center.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to tonight's main event.
Friday.
My calculations are correct. When this baby hits 88 miles per hour, you're gonna see some serious...
So, another Friday is upon us.
WTF, this is Rob Birdsey. Welcome to my show. I think my live is messing up, but anyway, I have Tiana Madsen in the house. We're going to talk about going to Hawaii and doing things around here. She's such an upbeat person, but first of all, you can go on YouTube and you can check us out there at Widowed, Trio, and Freedom. So Widowed, I'm a widowed dad. Trio, I have 2 little boys. And Freedom, I'm doing this so maybe I can enlighten you, enlighten all of us, maybe free our minds a little bit, and make a better life for all of us, right? We're going to try that, and yeah, I think I got everything, all the bugs out of that. It's working. Yeah, I'm a one-man band right now with one hand. Kind of weird. Tiana, how you doing?
Doing pretty good.
Yeah?
Yeah. So how'd you break your arm?
Oh, I didn't break it. I broke something in there. I tore my bicep.
Oh wow, how'd you do that?
Oh man, apparently it happens in Middle Ages. If Middle Ages, there you go. Middle-aged people. I mean, I'm an really active person, right? Yeah. However, I did a stupid, silly move of trying to stop my little dense dog from going under the house, and I reached out to grab her and pick her up. So I kind of like snatched her off the ground, and as I was pulling her up, about halfway, all I felt was a pop. Yeah, and my arms went, huh? And I was in mad pain. And I'm like, that's not fun.
Oh my gosh.
Yep. So basically what the doctor said is your tendon's like this. And what you've done is you've stretched it so far that you've torn all this off, and now you have about 10% left. And he said, like, and the body's remarkable, right? This happened on Monday. And so Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, pain, absolute pain. And then Thursday hit, and I can use it, but my body has shut everything down. There's certain things, like when I rotate and stuff, it really hurts. But it's amazing on how I went from super mad pain to, that body, we're just going to do this and readjust. You know how, and some people, you'll see them in life, you'll notice that they got like a gimpy muscle, or it's bunched up somewhere. They've done the exact same thing. It happens quite a lot. But yeah, and if they don't get looked after, because right now I'm like all black and blue hair, and my muscle is torn to the inside, so it's tore off this side, and there's only a little tiny bit left there. So now he's got to go through there, and the way they do it, I think this is, I've googled this, so I have no idea. On YouTube there's a where they grab the tendon, they cut all the frayed bits off.
Oh my gosh.
And then they basically take it off completely, and they suture each side to make it round, and then they drill a hole in your bone, and they put a clasp through it, and the clasp goes down and turns, and then they pull it, and they throw the tendon back down there, and it takes 6 months for that to take hold and to be back to normal again. But when they do it, it comes back normal again, like you wouldn't even know it, except for there's a scar there.
Wow.
So I'm going to Frankenstein it.
That sounds intense.
It's really intense. It's really intense. But it happens, and it's such a scary thought, and now, especially like when it first happens, you're like, it'll just take me a little bit, because adrenaline kicks in real fast. You have no idea, and it doesn't really hurt bad in the beginning. It hurts, but not terrible. And then like 15 minutes later, you're like, I should probably go to the hospital, and the hospital can't do nothing for you. You got to go see an orthopedic.
Wow.
And he needs to assess, and usually they wait a few days for it to calm down to see how you react and everything. Yeah, so it's a whole ordeal.
That's crazy.
6 months of healing.
Yeah.
I know, it's so crazy.
So you're gonna wear this sling for 6 months?
Apparently I need to, yeah. At home I take it off, and I just, like when I'm reading and stuff, I can just, but the other thing too is you can't always keep your arm bent. You got, otherwise your elbow says, you don't need me anymore, I'll just build some calcium up there or something,
Yeah.
Whatever it does, I have no idea. But yeah. Anyway, this is not a show about me, this is a show about you. How you doing?
I'm doing great. Yeah, I just got back from Hawaii like a month ago.
Oh man,
Yeah.
I've seen all of your photos. And it's so you look like you had a ball over there. Let me just enlighten people on who you are. We played pickleball and we did
Rock
climbing.
climbing,
Yeah,
yeah.
rock climbing was the first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You brought your 2 kids to our class.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're cool, aren't they?
They're so cute.
They're such little cuties.
Yeah.
I'm so lucky, man.
Mhm.
Like right now, they're doing big things. We should talk about that in a little bit, but they're on it. Like they're starting to understand that life's once.
Aw.
So now they're tearing it up, and they're like, I want to talk about it, but we'll get to that in a second. So yeah, I met you in that class. I belayed you actually, and
Oh yeah.
super light you are. It's like, whew.
Yeah.
That was a ton of fun. But getting to know you, you're a life being a person. You're always smiling. I mean, I'm sure there's down moments with what you do, but first of all, you're an extremely beautiful girl. And sometimes beautiful women don't really equal good personalities. Let's just say that. But you have an amazing personality. You're very approachable. You talk very well. And you're only young too, right? What's your age?
I'm 20.
Yeah, 20.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. And you've got such a great outlook to life. I bet you your family must be amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, they're pretty cool.
Where'd you grow up?
So I grew up in Salt Lake City, and I'm the oldest, so I have like 2 younger sisters. My parents got divorced when I was like 12, and my dad now lives in Park City, so growing up I'd switch off from living in Salt Lake and Park City, and then now I have a baby brother. Yeah, he's 6 months now. And
Oh, wow.
It's crazy having that age difference.
Mom or dad?
My dad.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, and it's great. I love him. Yeah, I grew up in the church here, and it's been very interesting with my parents' divorce, especially because divorce isn't a recommended thing to do. But
Yeah.
I'm very grateful it had happened though, because in the moment it was pretty tough, and then now looking at my parents, they're a lot more happier, and the relationship they had when they were married wasn't the best relationship to look up on, and now seeing them in both healthy relationships, it's been really good to see that.
Yeah, there's something to be said about that. When you're consumed by trying to do things you don't really want to do, you're not focused on the things that you want to do. So in a marriage, that's not so great. Sure, there's connection and things work of that marriage, but other things don't, dragging a person down, which you saw firsthand and probably didn't understand at the time, like you said. But later on, when you come out of that and now you see your mum shine with what she's doing, your dad shine with what he's doing, they're not bringing each other down, they're adding to each other's life. As long as they're respectful, I'm sure life is pretty good, yeah?
Yeah, it's pretty great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you got to experience that.
Mm-hmm.
It's not great. I mean, I've experienced many of marriages breaking down, even mine. You know what I mean? My first one was not so great, but I thank her for the lessons I learned. And it's like the anvil of life will beat down on you to make you stronger.
Yeah, exactly. You just grow from it.
Yeah, tempering.
Oh yeah.
So you grew up there. So you bounced between Park City, which is a beautiful place.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
And Salt Lake. What does mum and dad do?
So my mom isn't working right now, but my dad, he's a realtor. He's just getting into that business. Yeah, it's really cool. And then my stepmom, she's a CFO of Health and Wellness.
Oh wow.
company. Yeah.
So she's very inspirational?
Yeah, she is really cool. She went to law school,
Huh.
and she is really good at school, but yeah, she went to law school and then moved back to Utah and met my dad, and then they got married.
Wow.
Yeah.
I love intelligent women. It's such a huge turn on for myself. It says a lot about a person to be able to have a good conversation and to be well rounded in scenarios. It's almost a criteria for me if I have a partner, or whenever I have a partner, that they can hold the room. I think I can. You know what I mean? I love talking with people and I love being in those environments, and I would love the same back. You know what I mean? With a partner that compliments me. So and especially having a good conversation. Got to have a good laugh.
Yeah.
Yeah, good sense of humor.
Oh, definitely.
So coming out of that, you came here to school. But wait, actually, did you play sports and stuff as you were growing up? Like,
Yeah.
what hard things have you been through? Let's explore that.
So I played soccer and golf in high school.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so I played soccer since I was little, and then during COVID, I just stopped playing just because it was hard to play, and people kept getting COVID, and then games would cancel. But golf, I was still able to play just because you're able to social distance.
Yeah.
We just had to have the masks on, and I've never played golf until my freshman year of high school, and my friend introduced it to me, and I just fell in love with it. I was actually going to play for Idaho State, but
Wow.
I didn't want to live in Idaho.
That makes
But
sense.
yeah, it was really cool, and I fell in love with the sport, and now I haven't played as much. And now I just kind of want to explore other like sports like rock climbing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you do really well, and you're a great climber. You challenge yourself very well, especially when we went up that canyon. That thing was awesome.
Yeah, that was so fun.
Yeah, you guys did really good. To see you bouncing around, like you're a life beater person, like I said before. How did you get across to Hawaii? How did that all work out? And where does one go to find this?
Yeah, so it was my sophomore year of college here. I was feeling very stuck in life. Like I feel like every day was just the same, and
Grind.
I just needed to do something different. Like I needed to get out of Utah. I wanted to explore. Like I had this itch to like explore something else, and I wanted to do a study abroad, but I'm doing pre-med, and most medical schools don't allow credits taken outside of the U.S., and so I didn't want to like risk that. So my dad was telling me there's like a national student exchange that SU does, and I was looking into it, and Hawaii seemed like the best option, and I've always wanted to go, and yeah.
Wow. So let's talk about the nitty gritty. What does it cost you to get to Hawaii as a normal person looking into that? Is there any funding in there at all?
Yeah, so I had to pay their in-state tuition at that school, which was, in total, it was about $12,000.
Wow.
Yeah.
But you can get loans for that too, right?
Yeah, you could get loans. They didn't have any scholarships. I worked a ton before, so I didn't really pull any loans.
Nice.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thanks. And then I chose to live on campus too, and I chose the most expensive dorms because they were the ones that had the AC.
Yeah,
So
that makes a difference, huh?
I needed AC.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I've never lived in dorms before, but it was really interesting. I shared a bathroom and a shower. Just like this whole space with 3 other girls, and
How was the
all
camaraderie?
campus. How was the what?
Camaraderie with you and the 3 girls.
It
You
was
guys get
really
along?
good.
Yeah.
We all got along. So in this program, when I got into the National Student Exchange, it's like people from all over the U.S. And they're put into the same program, and we all have like a group chat. And one of the girls in that group chat DM'd me, and she's like, "Hey, do you want to room with us?" They all go to UMass. And I'm like, sure, why not? And we all became really good friends.
Oh, tight.
Yeah, it was awesome.
You look like you had a bunch of fun over there.
Yeah.
Like I said, you're a life beater person. You did just about everything too, right? Like you explored that place and had a great time. Let's talk about, so $12,000 for the in-state tuition. What about, is that including housing and everything, or what else did you have to pay?
Yeah, so that was like housing and the meal plan. And the meal plan was pretty nice. My friends at their school, apparently UMass Amherst has the best meal plan over there. They have the best dining halls. They have fancy food, personal chefs.
Wow.
But I really liked the not having to worry about cooking my own food, and you can just walk into the dining hall and get whatever you want.
Yeah, and it's good food there too, huh?
Yeah, it was really good. They did have lots of Spam, and people don't like Spam, but I love Spam.
Yeah, if it's done right, it's actually pretty decent.
Yeah.
Yeah, and in Hawaii, they eat a lot of it.
They do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's cool. And I mean, did you go to like the hungies and things like that with the islanders, eat their food?
I went to a luau.
A luau. Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Okay, so I must be thinking of a different island. Sorry,
That's
probably Samoan or something.
Yeah, the luau was really interesting. You got to know the culture a little bit more, and they like cooked the pig and buried it, and then they had the show with the guy throwing the fire around, and then they have the other like Polynesian islands like show their culture and like their dances. And,
That's awesome.
yeah, I loved it. I did take a Hawaiian studies class there, and I got to know the culture a bit more, and just the way they like perceive life is so interesting. They're very humble people, and they love to share. Like, there's some sayings like malama aina, which is like to care for the land. They really care about the place they live at, and they just love it. And then when they just like love sharing with people too.
Yeah. No, I think it's very obvious. I went there when my wife was at the tail end of her life. We went there for treatment for her and stuff like that, and it was in the thick of COVID, so it was crazy. It was so many hoops to jump through, but the people that got behind us, man, they were amazing. They don't care.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's funny too, because they don't care for authority either, you know. It's
Yeah.
like they just very much leave us be.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I got mad respect for those people. What did you think? We went to Big Island, and I think the Big Island's a little different. I'm not sure if you got to go there or not, but when we touched down and I got off the plane and touched the ground, I promise you, it just feels like I grounded myself. It's like, wow, this place is amazing, and it just feels different, huh?
Yeah, I did get to visit Big Island for a weekend.
Oh, nice.
Big Island was my favorite.
Yeah.
You do have this like feeling of like just this energy. Have you heard of like vortexes?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I heard that Big Island has a vortex like on the most southern part of it.
Mm-hmm.
And me and my friends went over there, and you could definitely feel that energy. Like, just everything is aligning and everything is just positive.
Yeah.
I don't know how to describe it, but it's a very good feeling.
No, I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. It's pretty remarkable. I have some friends from Australia that just landed there a couple of days back. He's going to be working for the U.S. military doing submarine stuff, which is interesting. I have no idea what he does. His name's Pete and Cherie, and they're there for 2 years, I believe. So I'm kind of like, I'm coming to stay on your couch.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that'll be fun. I'm gonna take the boys over there so they can really experience. When they went over, they were so little.
Aww.
Yeah, itty bitty. It was cool.
So
I mean, it was 2020.
Uh-huh.
Halfway through, and the COVID stuff was nuts. So we really didn't get to experience the way we wanted to. I mean, we weren't there for fun. We were there for treatment and trying everything we possibly could to get her where she needed to be. But apparently she needed to be gone because it's changed me in so many ways, and I thank her for that, because I would not experience what I'm experiencing right now without her going through what she had to. It's grown me exponentially, and I appreciate that,
Yeah.
Yeah. So tell me, what was the first standouts, first things you want to explore? Like, what was your first of everything for the first few weeks of being there? What were you hungry for?
I just wanted to climb the mountains.
Yeah.
They're all so unique. And it's just, everywhere you look, you're just in awe. Yeah.
Everything grows everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, you couldn't have a house that was in the thick of the bush and you couldn't leave it for 3 years and come back. It'd be gone.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the plants are just overtaken, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty cool how you see that. It just grows.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's where they, like that show Lost, they filmed that there, right? It's
Yes,
exactly
they
like
did.
that. Yeah.
I'm actually watching that right now.
Ah.
Yeah.
What season you on?
I'm on the 3rd season.
Oh, it's good. It's great.
It's so good.
The only thing I kind of, and I don't want to wreck it for you, but I kind of feel like it drops off. It's not as good when you get into the 5th and 6th. It's just like, yeah.
Yeah.
But everything is like where you're at, the smoke monster and all that jazz.
Mm-hmm.
Like, whoa.
Yeah, I actually camped on one of the beaches they filmed Lost on.
Nice.
Yeah, it was so cool seeing that because my parents watched it when I was younger, and then I'm rewatching it now. And
Yeah.
just like looking back, I'm like, wow, I was actually there.
Yeah, there's a lot of firsts in that show.
Uh-huh.
Like the way how they do their breaks. From where they start the episode to where they finish it. They'll start in a very not so just normal storylines, and then they ramp into stuff. They don't land it on cliffhangers, or they do all sorts of things, and they especially like the flashbacks and flash forwards and flash sideways. And have you experienced that yet?
Yeah, it gets confusing a little bit, but
there's a lot of meaning in there. Was it J.J. Abrams? Is that right? He filmed that.
I think so.
Yeah, he got awarded so many things for just in the acknowledgements that he got out of that was pretty full on. He did some things that we do now a lot in TV that all come from Lost. So shout out to him. J.J. Abrams was pretty good.
Yeah.
But so you experienced that. You climb the mountains. What was the schooling like?
It was so interesting. It is a bigger school than SUU. Everyone there is so like welcoming. Like it was super easy to make friends, and there's a huge diversity too. So people are from all over the place, and I don't know. Coming here, a lot of people like asked what like my ethnicity was or where I'm from.
Yeah.
And like over there, no one cared because like everyone's
You're
from
mixing
everywhere.
pot.
Yeah. So it was really cool to see that. And then I don't know if you've seen this guy on TikTok, but he goes up to students and he's like, "What song are you listening to?" And he has a big following, and I was in the background of one of his videos, so it was funny seeing myself in that. And some of my friends, he asked some of my friends what song they were listening to. And it was an accomplishment, but
Yeah.
yeah.
A little bit of fame there.
Yeah, and then so I only had classes Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday.
Wow.
And most of my classes were optional to go to. So it was pretty nice not having to go to class, and I could just go to the beach instead.
And explore.
Yeah, and just explore. My professors, one of them, he was barefoot all the time. Like, he'd just walk around barefoot. And we'd also call the professors kumu, because that's teacher in Hawaiian. And so in our emails we'd be like, "Aloha kumu." Yeah.
I love that. It's very chill, isn't it?
It's very chill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The thing that I love about Islanders is if you have an agenda, it's probably going to be blown to bits because they have no agenda.
No.
But they're going to have fun. They're going to have a great experience. You're just going to have to slow yourself right down. I'm from Sydney. When I came over here in 2006, I was a fast-talking little man from Sydney, you know what I mean? And I was itty-bitty, teeny-tiny too. I was super skinny. And I was in Arkansas, and no one could understand anything. They didn't even know I was speaking English. Do you speak English? I was like, yeah, I'm speaking English. I'm speaking more English than you. What are you talking about? You know?
Yeah.
And but I had to slow myself down. But we're Islanders. It's so chill. Like it's a big rude awakening when you hang out with Islanders if you want to try and do something specific. Because I mean, you'll get there, but it might be until the afternoon or the next day.
Yeah, they'd also would drink kava. Have you heard of that?
Yeah, that's the root. Yeah.
My mom dated a Polynesian guy, and so we'd drink kava when we get together as a family.
Not the greatest tasting.
No.
But that slows you down too.
Yeah, it's very relaxing, and the vibes are awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, good. Yeah, very, very good vibration coming out of there for sure. Vibration's an interesting thing too. We all vibrate at certain levels, you know.
Yeah.
That's why they always say pick up your spirits because your vibration's showing. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good thing. It's a good thing. What was your most funnest thing about Hawaii? That's a word, funnest.
I got my scuba certification over there through the school, and scuba diving was an unreal experience.
Yeah?
Yeah, I was scared of the ocean actually before because you don't know what's under there. You can't really see. And then once I got my certification and like I was able to like go into the ocean and like actually seeing what's under there, it was so cool. It's like another world.
No, yeah. I love diving and stuff. I used to, and I haven't done it for a long time, but yeah. It's fun to see the hustle and bustle of fish. Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah. It's like a little city. You watch them, and especially around coral and stuff like that. You get that experience. Yeah. Yeah, I did this one shipwreck dive. I wasn't supposed to do that dive because my certification, I was supposed to only do 60 feet, but I knew the instructor, and he's like, "You can do a 100-foot dive." I'm like, okay. Shout out to the instructor. That's awesome. Yeah. And it was so cool. There were sharks and like eagle rays, and
yeah, I'm like, wow. And then just seeing the turtles too, just like living life.
Yeah. That's part of the reason why they're so big in Pixar, right? The turtles.
Mm-hmm.
That's so much knowledge. You know, they've been around for 100 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, the bigger they are, the longer they've been here for.
Mm-hmm.
And especially like the statistic. My late father-in-law from my first marriage, Nat, his name is. That's all he did is he studied turtles
Mm-hmm.
and their life cycle and things like that. And from eggs to making in the beach, like there's like a 0.01% like they hardly even make it. They hardly even make it off the beach. If the birds don't get them, by the time they hit the water, everything else in the water is ready to eat them. So
Yeah.
for them to even survive is phenomenal.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's quite a thing. But they have a big program over there too, because the lights and all that. You learn about that stuff.
I don't think so.
I think it's big on the Big Island. Certain times they dim all the lights down. They have certain lights so it doesn't affect the mating season of turtles.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's full on. Like especially in the nighttime around there. You go for a walk. You just got like the ocean, the sound, the moon if it's not cloudy, and most lights are dull right down. So you just barely see things lit up.
Mm-hmm.
And so they don't interfere with the natural breeding programs of the animals of the sea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, that's
It's
so
phenomenal.
fascinating.
Yeah, it makes a big difference too.
Mm-hmm.
We have a similar thing happening here with our mountains too. That's why probably, if you notice on Main Street of Cedar City, the lights aren't a super bright white now. They're starting to become a purple tinged light. So they're using a certain halogen, or I think they're LEDs now, but they're changing the hue so it doesn't affect the breeding patterns of our mountains just here. We're at the foot of the mountains and it's such a beautiful place.
Yeah.
But it affects all the raptor species and things like that.
That's so interesting. I did not know that.
Yeah, natural resources. Yeah, check it out. It's interesting. That's a real deal. The working out. I mean, I'm probably butchering everything up for Big Island, but so I apologize for that. But they have a massive telescope up the top, and where it is you can barely see it. It's not really lit up, but they get the best pictures from there for the universe and all that sort of stuff. So they got some pretty big.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they just turn all the light. The light pollution is non-existent, so it's great.
Yeah. Did you know Big Island has the tallest mountain?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Mauna Kea, I think. That's what it's called, and it snows up there.
Yep.
So interesting. I'm like, what? It snows in Hawaii?
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Yeah, that was when we were there. There was a day where there was snow at the top, and we didn't really see the top too much because there's always a cloud cover that would break it. But there was clouds moved, and it was like a small window of opportunity. But yeah, you could see the snow. I'm like, that's amazing. I think I have a photo of it. But it's like you're down here and you're sweating, and up there it's freezing, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and Big Island, I don't know, I didn't explore all of it, but the sides that I did explore, it's just like the ocean and then just a gentle grade all the way to the very top.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's pretty phenomenal.
Yeah. So were you on the Hilo side or the...
Hilo, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I briefly went into Hilo. I was mostly on the Kona side that has the green sand beach.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
It was so cool. And then the black sand beach. Did you see that?
I did. I was all mission my wife.
Yeah.
So we weren't allowed to go anywhere. We weren't allowed to do anything. The only time I was allowed to transport was just take her to and from treatment, and she it wasn't great. There's a picture on my Instagram. You'll see I'm trying to take a photo of me and my wife, and I thought I was going for a photo, and it was a video, and you could literally see the heartbreak of what we were going through. Because we laughed about it, and then it's like, oh, we're sharing a moment, and we're in the sunlight. The sun sets, and it's just like that glow. You know, it's just a beautiful time of day, and there was a golf course in front of us. It was phenomenal. But yeah, and then it's like, haha, that was funny, and then we look at each other, and it's like, oh, you know, she's not here much longer. It's pretty powerful. You should check it out. It's on my Instagram. It's just 333 chameleon, like the star formation. Yeah, I had meaning behind that. We can talk about it later. Yeah,
So how was that with your sons?
Living with them, or
Yeah, were they in Hawaii?
oh,
too?
they were there. We had my wife's best friend there. She was taking care of them. My little guy was a baby. Like he was small. You know, I think he was 2 years old at the time. Just 2, yeah. And my other one was 4. So we had a really nice hotel room. You know,
Yeah.
well, not it's actually, we went to an Airbnb, and it was right on the foot of a golf course. And I mean, Hawaii is just so beautiful. You know, it was a great place, very inspirational. Yeah, it was not the ideal scenario, but it was great to at least experience it with her.
Yeah.
She had been there multiple times with her best friend, her other best friend, Lacey, and they did, like, I think they were filming Pirates of the Caribbean when they were there, and there's a picture of my wife doing and you can see the ship in the background, the Black Pearl, and it was looked awesome. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Pretty cool.
That's so cool.
Yeah. So, sports-wise, on the island, what did you do? I know you're highly competitive with the things that you play. Like, we played pickleball.
Yeah.
And you're good. It's fun to play.
Yeah, it's pretty fun. I did play pickleball over there a couple times, and then me and my friends joined the volleyball intramurals,
Ah.
and we played volleyball on the beach. Yeah, every Tuesday I do yoga on the beach, and it was awesome. It definitely, there's a lot of like grounding over there. You just feel grounded with
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah. Like, there's no
Yeah.
worries in the world, huh? Yeah.
Yeah. And then
Where were you on the island? Like, where did you fly into? Where were you at? And what school did you go to?
So I flew into Honolulu, and
That's a hustle bustle place, isn't it?
yeah,
Yeah.
on Oahu, and the school I went to was University of Hawaii at Manoa.
How far away was that from there?
From Honolulu,
Yeah.
it's like kind of in Honolulu, like right above Honolulu.
Okay.
Yeah.
So behind where all the beach and stuff like that?
Yeah. So I take the bus everywhere, and it was about a 30-minute bus ride from campus to the like Waikiki.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and then to get all around too, it takes like between 40 minutes.
Wow.
Yeah, to go up to North Shore, that's like a 3-hour bus ride. But
Oh, wow.
yeah,
That's some good exploring right there.
yeah, I loved North Shore. It's definitely more of a smaller town vibe. Like when you think of Hawaii, you think of, I'm imagining like North Shore.
Yeah.
Because Honolulu was very busy, lots of people.
Hustle bustle. It's kind of like a third world country on a beach.
Yes.
Yeah. It's so weird too, because you see the hustle and bustle, and then you'll see like women in G-string bikinis, and it's like, what? Holding surfboards. It's like, oh wow, and the beach is right there. Yeah.
I loved how it's just normal to like walk in your swimsuit and like, be barefoot. Like me and my friends did that a couple times, and then even going to class too. Like people would go in barefoot, and like they'll be wearing like a swimsuit top and like shorts, and
It's kind of it's nice, right?
Yeah, it was so nice. I did that a couple times just to be like, went to class barefoot.
Yeah. Tick.
Yeah, it was really cool.
No, that's great. So you did some mountain climbing there, I noticed. You went to actually some pretty high points too, huh?
Yeah, I really wanted to hike the tallest mountain on Oahu, which is Ka'ala, but I was sick when my friends were going, and I didn't want to push myself, so I stayed. But I'd say my favorite hike was probably Wili Wili Nui. It's like a ridgeline hike, and you just see like the whole island the whole way up, and it's just beautiful. So much green.
Nice. It sounds very fun. What other sports did you do as far as...
I did try surfing. It wasn't my favorite though.
It's hard.
It is
it's
hard.
It's so hard.
Yeah.
You've got to have that. Just to get up off the board is the hardest. Once you get up, I think you'd be fine at it.
Yeah. My first time ever surfing, it was like a date, and this guy didn't teach me. He kind of just threw me in the water, and he's like, I'll just tell you what to do. And so he's like, okay, just paddle. I'm like, okay. We get over the waves, and we're at like the point where all the surfers are waiting. and he just gets up and starts surfing. I'm
Yeah.
like, I don't know what to do. And he's like, hey, you should try a wave. And so he's like trying to guide me to do one. And he's like, hey, now stand. I'm like, I don't know how to stand.
That's the biggest. That's where he messed up.
Yeah.
Shout out to that guy. Come on, man, help her.
Yeah, I don't think he knew how to teach either.
It's a split second of on your belly to launching. Like you got to have upper body strength, and you got to be able to tuck your legs in so quick. But once you can get into a crawl, you can go. I mean, I've seen people do it when they get up on their knees.
Yeah.
And they try. I don't know. I couldn't do that. But if you can get the jump, man, surfing's phenomenal. Like it's and over there it's the best place to do it. I know it's super scary with big waves, right?
Oh,
You think big waves are super hard, and you think small waves would be super easy. It's the other way around. Big waves are easy because you got so much leeway of a wave to ride. Where little waves, you're cutting super hard.
Yeah.
And to get on a mini Mal is probably what you were on, right? Yeah, it's just a shame. He should have got you on the beach. He should have taught you the mechanics first, right? You got to do this and you got to do this. And the hardest thing is that leverage of that pop. Once you get that pop up, even if you just stay crouching, you'll feel the board underneath you, and at least you get that feeling of up and down a wave, and then you'll learn how to stand.
Yeah.
I wish I was there with you. We could have done it. Yeah.
Yeah, I tried a couple times after, and I just couldn't get it. Kept getting wrecked in the waves, but it was still fun. At least I tried.
Oh, you tried, but I don't think you were handed the right tools.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, Hawaii is a great place to learn surfing. All of my friends that surf, they go there, and it's just the easiest of the easy. You know, we grew up in Australia surfing over there. I started off bodyboarding, you know, and that was a whole deal. And that kind of translates, but not really. More like skimboarding, I suppose. These days, skimboarding's taken off in a big way too. You know. So yeah, shout out to that guy. He sort of misled you.
Yeah.
But you got the experience anyway.
I did, and I liked scuba diving better.
Yeah?
That was my favorite ocean activity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. I think if you push through the barrier of learning how to surf, and then got on a smaller surfboard, something that you can cut in pretty good.
Yeah.
I think that would be your jam, hey? Like, it's just a great workout. Imagine if you could wake up every morning at 5 o'clock, be out at the beach 5:10, and then surf for 40 minutes. There's your workout. You don't need anything else. You know what I mean? Good work for you. And then you can explore the rest of it. So, doing the diving stuff, what was the surprising thing about using oxygen and going down 100 feet?
Just breathing underwater in general just feels unreal. You're like, wow, I'm actually doing this. I can actually be in this other world and breathe in it.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was unreal. So many unique fish, and I would also look for seashells too, just to find them and then drop them back in the ocean, because you're not supposed to take the seashells or rocks.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, but yeah, that was really cool. Seeing the octopus too, and them actually being invisible, and then them moving around. You see that in movies.
Yeah. And it's a real deal, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so fascinating. I did get seasick though on the boat, and so when I dive, I'd still feel that seasickness. So I did feel a little nauseous, and my instructor told me if I ever need to throw up, just throw up in your regulator, and it'll just stay in there, and then they'll clean it out later. But I won't be breathing it in.
So he didn't want to make you make a mess in the ocean. Is that what he's saying?
No, because if I would have thrown up in the ocean, I would start coughing and get water in my mouth, and that'd make me even more sick.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
no Dramamine for that?
I did take Dramamine, but it wipes you out
Yeah.
after, and it just
Kind of puts a damper on the day.
Yeah, I'm just tired by noon, and I just want to sleep. But
Not a bad thing in a way.
yeah, yeah, it was great. And then I had friends that had boats too, and they lived on their boats. So it was really cool to see it have their lifestyle with that.
Yeah.
And just how they just thrive in that.
Yeah, it's a cheaper way to live, I'm sure. It's so expensive over there. Like what? When I went over there, bread and milk was like super. Milk was like $5 or $6.
Yeah, food
Yeah.
is expensive.
Yeah, even bananas were expensive. It was like, this is horrible.
Yeah. For Thanksgiving, we bought a pie, and it was $15 just for that one pie.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. And did you notice about Amazon over there? Like the Amazon Prime buying stuff? It takes like 2 weeks for anything to get there.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's weird, isn't it?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, but it makes sense because no one's there. I mean, they got to ship it on a ship to get there.
Yeah. It's really interesting. Yeah, a lot of people would buy packages over there, and they would be confused. They're like, why hasn't this shown up yet? You know, I
Because
don't know, we're in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they got to get to the mainland, and then the mainland's got to send it back over.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's an interesting ordeal. No, we found that when we were there too, because our time was very limited, and towards the end there, she was getting sick, so I was like, okay, we're going to leave early.
Mhm.
And the things that we were trying to buy, we just had to cancel because they weren't going to get there in time, and you lose money too if you cancel it. You have to pay X amount for shipping because then now they got to ship it back, and yeah, it's quite a scenario. It's an interesting adaptation for what you're going through. So, what classes did you take? What was that?
So I took sociology, Hawaiian studies, abnormal psychology, and a weather class. I
So
just
you were-
needed a random credit.
12. So you were 12 credits over there.
Yeah,
or?
12 credits.
Nice.
Yeah.
And then you're saying you're pre-med, so you want to be a doctor or?
Yeah. So I want to go into like psychiatry or neurology.
Wow.
Yeah. I find the brain fascinating.
Yeah.
At first, I wanted to do like therapy, but after like choosing my major, psychology, I joined some therapy groups and like gone to like therapy sessions just to see what it's
Yeah.
like. And I've enjoyed it for myself, but I don't think I could be that person like doing the therapy.
Takes a lot. I take my hat
Yeah.
off to those people because that's a lot.
Yeah, it's a lot, and I just didn't really feel like that was meant for me. And then I joined the Utah Health Scholars here, and that's what made me want to do pre-med, just because doctors would come and visit and talk about their professions, and then talking to the advisor on like getting to medical school. It just like all seemed exciting to me, and it just seemed like something I wanted to do. And ever since I was young, I've always wanted to be a doctor. But now since I'm here, actually like going to like school to like get up to that point, I'm
Yeah.
like, do I really want to do this?
It's a lot.
But, yeah, it is a lot.
Yeah, but it's a caregiving process. So seems like you're going to be there anyway. Especially if you go into the brain or something like that, you're still staring down the barrel of 6 years, right?
Mhm.
Is that what you want to do?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a lot of school, but I feel like I'm like mentally prepared for it. I just have to go through it, and I'll enjoy it.
Yeah. I've noticed things that I've noticed about you every time we've had a conversation. It's been extremely intelligent. You're very calculated with the way how you answer things. You're not so. You seem footloose and fancy free. However, I do see a lot of structure in what you do. You're very purposeful in the way you move about life. I think that's a good thing, and rightly so. Because you know that this is only a one-shot deal. You're not doing silly things. You've already experienced so much in life. You've traveled quite a bit, actually, and you've seen a ton of stuff. Yeah, that's a good thing. We're coming to the end of our hour, and I thank you for it. Is there anything you want to say? Like, is there something we didn't touch on about Hawaii or just about life in general?
Well, just I feel like you should still have your fun in life and not be too stuck on like what will happen in the future. Just be more present and do that fun thing that you've always thought that would be fun.
Yeah. If it's an inkling in the back of your brain, it's probably there for a reason.
Yeah.
It's a small voice because you need to explore them small little voices.
Yeah.
Yeah, make it a big voice. Give yourself a break and go explore something. It's only going to help you in the inside, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, fill your own cup so you can go out there and fill others.
Yeah, exactly.
I like that. Now, I'll ask you one other question, and it could be to do with anything, is what makes the difference?
I think it just makes you a more happier person and more just grounded, and you're more aware of life too.
Yeah?
Yeah, I feel like in Hawaii that it helped me a lot to be more present, because I've had this timeline in my life. I'm like, hey, I need to do this and get married at this age. But when I was in Hawaii and hanging out with people all sorts of ages, I'm like, they're still living life and they're happy, and
I love that.
you can still do fun things and go back into school if you want to. Or
So your message is be present in the moment.
yeah,
And that's what Hawaii's taught you. There's a saying that some people live in the past and some people live in the future, and some people are in the present, right? But if you're living in the past, you got 1 foot in the past, and if you got 1 foot in the future, you're pissing on today. You're pissing on the present. So bring it in, right?
exactly.
That sounds kind of wacky, sorry. But it's a good one. It's kind of, and I dare say a lot of islanders live like that. You know, anything that happens tomorrow, we'll worry about that tomorrow.
Yeah,
Today we do this.
exactly.
Yeah, and I think it's a beautiful thing too. Thanks for being here. I appreciate your time. We're going to go to Ain't It Fun, Paramore. I really enjoyed that. Thank you, YouTube.
Yeah.
I'll get this all kicked out. And
That
this
was
is
really
great.
Fun.
Did you like it?
I did.
It's a little bit intimidating, but I think you did really good.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah. I'm going to dump a whole lot of this stuff. Do you think we covered everything all right? I didn't want to...
I feel like we did actually. Yeah.
Yeah?
Uh-huh.
Good. That's
Yeah.
always a good thing. Do that. Okay. Dump that. Yeah. So what are you doing now then? Are you hanging out with friends, having a good time?
Yeah, I'm actually really sad being back, but
Hawaii does that to you, man. When I come back, it was like, wow, just the energy of that place is beautiful.
yeah.
It really is. Like I could see myself living there for sure. I would love to be able to travel down, 10 minutes, I'm at the beach with a Jeep, surfboards with my boys. That'd be so cool.
It would be so cool. I was thinking about transferring to Hawaii, but
It's expensive, man.
it's expensive and they didn't have the best pre-med program. I looked it up and only 3% of the people who do pre-med graduate and end up going to medical school. And here it's like 94%. So like,
It makes more sense.
Yeah.
Are you sure that's where you want to be?
yeah.
Yeah, good. That's awesome.
I feel very confident. School isn't like, I'm not like a naturally like school smart person, but
I don't think any of us are, to be honest with you. I think this place is jabroni. It's so stupid.
yeah, but it's just something I can do. I'm taking my time with it.
Cool.
Yeah.
I love that. I appreciate you coming in, because that's, some people like to do it, some people don't. I just think I like your outlook to life. That's part of the reason why I wanted to get you in here,
Yeah.
because we need more people that are like you, that are good, and that lift people up versus not. Yeah. If there's anything I can ever do for you, let me know.
Yes. And if you ever need help, like having your kids be watched, I can always babysit.
Dude, they would love that.
Yeah.
Yeah, come and hang out with us sometime. They would really enjoy that.
And what grades are they in now?
So one's in 3rd grade, one's in 1st.
Aww.
Yeah,
that's
so they're
cute.
9 and 7. Yeah.
That's adorable.
Yeah, they've got their little long hair, and I can't try. I said, can I cut your no? We're cut. It's like, alright.
They love their hair.
Yeah. One's got a full mullet, the other one's got like a V mullet thing, I don't know. They call it like a Euro hawk or something.
Oh,
Yeah.
interesting.
But they're killers, man. They're actually
Yeah.
killers. Oh, we didn't talk about it, but I had a conversation with them recently. Now we're goofing off at school. It was pissing me off. It was like, dude, I sat them down. I said,
Yeah.
last year I spent $5,000 on you guys, over $5,000 on you guys doing jiu-jitsu, piano, soccer and ninja class. And I show up at ninja class and you guys are just not too scared to try anything in a place where you can do it and there's lots of padding. I ripped into them. I said, you guys are a bunch of crabs. Or a sheep, one way or the other. It's a crab, Dave. It's a little crab in a crab pot. There's a bunch of crabs there. One crab's trying to get out. The other crab will bring him down. He's the instigator. They're like, what? And it's like, oh, you're a sheep. What's a sheep? Ah, sheep just follow you around. Sheep just follow all the crabs around because that's how dumb they are. They're like, what? And I said, well, out of last year, who graduated out of your class? And my son went, oh, only one kid. I said, yeah? What did that one kid do? Oh, he could do flips, he could do this, he could do that. Did he ever speak to you guys? He never spoke to us once, Dad. He's always focused on the job at hand. So that guy's a lone wolf, or a lion, or a bear.
Yeah.
And they're like, what? So now when I drop them off at jiu-jitsu or stuff, I say, what are you guys, sheep, crabs, or what? And they're like, we're bears! And they're killing it. Like they're fully going for it. And they're so good. They're so little. There's a couple of islanders, big dudes, and my kid's wrapping them up, choking them out. Like, and these kids are strong.
Yeah.
My kid just maneuvers. He'll climb up you and take you back.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, he's 3 years into jiu-jitsu now.
Uh-huh.
And he's very, very accomplished and he's very good at it.
That's
So,
impressive.
No, I know. It's been the best thing for their brains too.
Yeah.
The way how they focus things. Hey, how you doing? It changed. Oh wait, no, no. Oh yeah, we should be good. Yeah. It changed the way, because I was starting to revolt against my system. I had to be in therapy, and it wasn't enough. When they went into jiu-jitsu, you don't have a plan until you get them choked out, then you develop one real fast. You know?
Sorry, you guys.
No, you're good. I'm just packing everything up. You're good. You can get started with what you're doing. So yeah. See you later. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me on.
Yeah, anytime. Yeah, and if you ever need a chat or a friend or whatever, yeah, let's hang out.
Thanks.
Thanks. See ya. How's your day?
Pretty good. How about yourself?
Yeah, not